Greetings and salutations, everybody. This is Tish from Happenstance Furniture and Sundries, and tonight we are gonna do part 3 of 5, I think, because I'll show you how to put the milk paint on tonight, and then tomorrow night. Oh, hang on one second. This is Tish from Happenstance Furniture and Sundries. There we go. There, now I know I'm live. I'm out in my studio, so I have my phone set up so I can see if there's any issues. But tonight we're gonna do the milk paint, and then tomorrow night we'll do the waxing, because I want to put some dark wax, some clear wax and some dark wax on them so it looks aged. And then maybe Monday I'll show you how I'm going to embellish a couple of them. So that's the game plan anyway, barring, you know, anything drastic happening. So what I've already done is, I'll move these out of the way so I don't break them. I already mixed up the milk paint. I have Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. Let's see here. Hang on. I'll make this smaller. There we go. Sorry, I'm using my laptop, so I don't have everything all set up. Okay, so we have Sweet Pickins Milk Paint. This is just a sample size. I will put the link for them in the description after this uploads. I forgot to do that before I went live here. But this is Moody Blue. And then I have Artichoke and Ocean, which is a really dark grayish blue. So we're going to put these aside for now, because I have limited, actually have a lot more space than what I'm used to, but I still have limited space. So one of the things that I did to the other bottles is there's this excess paint on here, so I just took an X-Acto knife. Let's see. This is a weird angle. Let me do it this way. I stood up. So I just went, and it can be a kind of an awful noise, but it's not too bad. So just scraped off the extra paint on all of these. Well, not all of them, but the ones we're going to do tonight. So I left a little bit here so I could just show you how I did this. And then after you get done with all of this, I think I probably do this part. This part you gotta go in through here. Well, maybe not. That's kind of low. The handle, I found the handle's gotten kind of in the way. Okay. And this is the glue, you can see there. And that just, it scrapes off, but this is on there. There is nothing taking that off. Unless you drop it and break it, you know. But then you'll probably break the whole bottle. These are pretty stout bottles. They did have liquor in them at one time. No, I did not consume all this alcohol. Some of it, yes, I'll admit to that. Some of it. But I have been saving these bottles for going on 2 years now. It just kind of moved with me. It's like, I need to figure out something to do with these. These are cool bottles. So I saw some that were decorated with yarn and buttons and just different things like that, which are cool, but not my style. Okay, oh, I missed this spot down here. It's kind of funny because you set it down on the white table and then you see all these little black pieces and you're like, no, I thought I got you. Oh, I forgot to set the keyframe on my laptop. I knew there was something I forgot to do. Oh well, we'll make this quick. Okay. That looks pretty good. I just want to get the majority of it. Okay. There's one big glub. One big glub. One thing you gotta watch too is on these some of these X-Acto knives. If you press too hard, like I do, because I like grip it like it's like death grip. You turn the little spindle that makes the blade get loose. So be cautious of that. Don't want anybody getting hurt. Blood is not a good thing. So and then like there's areas here where there's a little bit of glue that was on my hand or finger or something. And I just scrape that off. I think that's an actual flaw in the glass, which is fine. Adds character. I think that's a flaw too. You can just kind of tell by the way it sounds. Alright, and then I'll just use the same towel that I was using before. Just fold it up different. There we go. Handy dandy rubbing alcohol. I need to go get some more of that stuff. My big bottle's almost gone and my little bottle's almost gone. That is not good. Okay, so I'm just kind of, this will, see it's taking off this paint. So you want to be judicious where you put it, where you really scrub. Keep it to the glass. I'm using my fingernail and just kind of getting those extra little bits that are on here. Okay. If you happen to rub a little bit off, you can put it back on, or you can just leave it. There's a couple of spots that I just kind of said, I'm just going to leave it. Screw it. Okay. I did these to, I already did this to the other bottles, so we don't have to do this to all of them. Just this one. Okay, so we're getting bits now. Now, I'll fold it again. Bunch it up and just wipe it all off. So make sure we got all the extra little bits. If there's a little bit on there, it's not going to make a difference. And you can actually, I mean, I'm using my fingernail to get some of this off. Once it's kind of softened up with the rubbing alcohol, we can go back and just kind of get those little wispies. All right. So next step is I just have Rust-Oleum 2X Ultra Cover Semi-Gloss Clear. I have done it with the matte and it works, and I have done it with the gloss and it works. Pretty much anything that's clear will work, because what happens is you spray this on there and then you put the paint on right away before it dries, and then as this dries it pulls the milk paint and it makes it look crackly. At least it did on 3 other projects, so I'm hoping this works. If it doesn't work, then let's have a cool painted bottle. So I'm going to use, these are my soup cans, or not soup, tomato cans that are the pull tab thing, top. Don't stick your hand in them. You will get cut. Don't ask me how. I know. I just do. So first we're going to get this ready. So this one, the ocean, I was going to save for the dark green bottle because I think that would look cool. So for this one I'm going to use the artichoke. Okay, and I mix this up a little bit more watery than I normally would. Okay, and I just put percent seal, my favorite thing, except for when it sticks to itself. There we go. Okay, we're going to stick this over here. So we have it. My fan is on in the background, sorry. They were going to start mowing the lawn right as I started my live, and I was just, yeah, wasn't going to have that. Okay, so this is thickened up quite a bit since I mixed it up. There's a chunk in there that didn't get stirred in, so we'll just stir it in. I mixed this up probably about an hour ago, and this will keep in your refrigerator for, I've never seen it go more than 3 or 4 days, but then again I always mix up little bits, so if you're mixing up like a whole bunch of it, it'd probably stay longer. But I usually mix up an ounce, half ounce at a time, and I use my scale. This is my art scale, can you tell? This was my original kitchen scale, but then it started going kind of wonky and wasn't reliable, so I used it in my studio. That's how I mix my ratio of paints. It's how I mix up milk paint. It's how I mix joint compound to do textured finishes. And that's something that we'll do later on. But I just want to make sure I got, there's a clump in there. I'm just going to use my finger. And that's what paper towels are for. I painted the wrong side of my fingernail. Okay, so I'm going to smush this along the side. I used to have a little whisk. I don't know what happened to it. That works a lot better than a spoon. But, and this is still kind of thick for what I want to do with it. So I'm going to put just a spritz of water in there. A little thick. So I mixed this up, 1 ounce powder to 1.5 ounces of distilled water. I don't use tap water for any kind of paint mixing, just because of the chemicals that are in our water. I live in the city and they put chlorine in it and fluoride in it, and you know, I want my paint colors to stay true, so I buy distilled water. You could get by with even filtered water. I just feel more confident that there's no added chemical to it. Yeah, that's about right. It's still a little chunky, but that's part of the charm of milk paint, is the chunks and stuff. More the crackles than the chunks. But that more. I had this all mixed up so I wouldn't have to do this, but they thickened up really quickly. Alright, hopefully that's enough for the bottle. That's all I want to do. It's just the bottle. Alright, got that ready. Got my paintbrush ready. Got these little paintbrushes. That's not paint, it's just stained. My glasses keep falling off my face too. Okay, let's wipe this off. Finger. Alright, I already shook this for 2 minutes, but we're going to give it a little shake, and hopefully this doesn't go everywhere. Alright, here we go. Oops, that got a little thick. It's alright. Okay. Yep, they're mowing on. They leave that to me on Friday night too when I'm trying to sleep. Okay. Now I know I got it good. Okay, so we're gonna let that sit for just a second. We'll go back and stir this up again. I don't know why it got so chunky. It was nice and smooth when I got done with it. Maybe it's just because it's warm in here. Okay, so I'm going to paddle it. This is a technique used in royal icing. Just take the edge, back of the spoon and smush it up against the bowl. And turn the bowl. My hands are all sticky now from the paint. Alright, let's go with it. Put a little water in there. Alright, here we go. There goes nothing, guys. I'm doing this kind of fast. I'm just using a chip brush here, nothing fancy. It's stuck. Okay. I'm going to turn it the other way that we did. Now, if you feel like you're getting too much paint on here, don't worry, because you can always distress it back. So it's better to get a coat on there that's nice and even. Okay. There we go. Sorry, I had a paintbrush in my mouth. Trying to work quickly before the clear coat dries. I'm afraid I'm going to knock it over, so I'm holding this with my hand. I know you can't really see it. Someday I'll get two cameras and have one side view and one top view, but for now, this will have to do. Alright. Just gonna try and smooth out some of these clumps. There we go. There we go. I think this paint is just a little bit too thick yet. We'll try it again, something different on the other one. And I think I might just spray it with some water. Like this. There we go. There, I like that. Let's try that up here. Okay, that's taking a little bit too much paint off. There we go. Okay, one more turn here. Let's get this side the way I got that side. Okay. There we go. I like that. That's the back side anyway, so. Alright, hopefully this crackles. I'm making a mess, but that's what I'm good at, so. All right. Make sure I got it the way I want it. These bubbles are gonna bother me. But like I said, if they don't work out, we can distress it back. So, I'm gonna get the bottom here a little bit. Kind of wipe it off. All right. So, there we go. There's the first bottle. I don't like that clump. I don't like the look of him. There. There's the first bottle. Erp. Okay, hopefully the other colors aren't this clumpy. That's my fault. That's not the paint's fault. Okay, so we're gonna go put this over in the drying rack. Oh, dude, I didn't set up the drying rack. Okay, we're just gonna put this right here. There we go. I forgot to set up the drying rack. Oopsies. That's okay. I want my trust and seal. Alright, let's clean this mess a little bit. Gonna mop it up. Alright. Experience number 1 down. Alright, where'd my garbage go? Over there. Alright. Let's try this again. Let's change this off though. I got more of this. Okay. I'm just cleaning up the bowl here. So, nice thing about these, instant little paintbrush holder. I just don't have any water right now. Okay, I have another towel. Wipe off the edge of the cup. These are just yogurt cups that I save. And I'm gonna put some water in here. There we go. And I'm gonna put this back on there. Doesn't dry out faster than I want it to. Okay, so there's the artichoke. Now let's do this one. I lost my way. There we go. Okay, so let's see. How this one turned out. This is the ocean. See, this one got clumpy too. I wonder what I did wrong. Well, because I've never had to do this before. They're like all settled to the ground, or to the bottom. There we go. At least this one is a little bit more liquid. And I found that some of the milk paints mix up thicker than the other ones. And it doesn't necessarily mean, I mean, because they're pigments, you know, and oxides and naturally occurring things. So, you know, different things do different things. So, this is a really pretty kind of gray blue See, look at all those chunks. I don't know what's going on here. I don't want to end up wearing it. That's usually what happens when I get a little overzealous in my stirring. Okay, we're going to paddle this one too. And I'm going to put this down here before I... Usually I don't stir these right before I paint, that way I don't get the air bubbles. And it's not like acrylic paint where you can just, if you get air bubbles, you can spray it with alcohol and they pop. This, you just kind of gotta be gentle with it while you're mixing it. Alright, that's not too bad. Okay. I just want to know what I did wrong. I will figure it out and let you guys know. I think maybe I just let it sit too long and there's too little bit, just not enough mixture to suspend it. Oh, I just spilled it all over my hand. So there's a really big chunk right there. Alright, this is a lot thinner than the other one. Okay, so we'll just take from the top the paint, let the chunks settle to the bottom while we do this. Okay. Let's pick a starting spot because that was my problem with the other one, is if it didn't, I got paint on here already. Oh well, that's good. That'll be good. Okay. Okay, we'll do quarter turn. Quarter turn. Quarter turn. Okay, I'm just going to turn it right back here, right where we started. Give that a minute. Now I got stuff sticking to me again. Looks like I need to go clean my kitchen. I scrub my floors. I get down on my hands and knees and I scrub my floors. Because first off, by the time you get a mop and a bucket to mop my kitchen, you might as well just got down and scrubbed it with your hands and knees. Because yeah, it's so tiny. But no, I'm gonna add. No, I'm gonna leave this. So that's what I usually do when I need to get all the paint off my hands, is I scrub my floors. Maybe I just didn't mix it well enough to begin with. Okay, this is a lot thinner. So I think this one will go a lot more smoothly. So let's try this out. Okay, we're gonna do the front of the bottle first. I know that's the last thing I spray painted, but I wanted to hit it with, I want to hit it with water all at the same time, so it all, and I'm just gonna mist it a little bit. So let's get all this. Now you want to go up from under too, because painting these, you don't, unless you have some kind of bottle holder that holds it by the top, you don't really have a way of holding it upside down. So you kind of got to go up and in, and then down, down, up, up, up. Okay, so I'm going to just kind of smooth it all out here. I see a hair. The thing about reusing your chip brushes is if you reuse them and you wash them, usually all the loose hairs that are going to fall out while you're washing them. It's kind of the nice thing about it. Okay, so we're going to turn this down. There we go. We're just going to hit this just like this. Just so some of that silver pops out. I think I'm gonna have to go back and get this one because I got a little close. Okay, so I'm just gonna sweep it up. I think we're gonna just, next one we're just gonna not do the water if it's this thin, because it just all came off. We can, like I said, we can always go back in and just dress it. And I think I might actually do that. For some reason, this one's getting blotchy right there. Okay, let's just try it this way. Yeah, that works better with the thin paint. With the thick paint, it worked really well, but with the thin paint, it's not working so well. Get a new spot. Now I'm taking up paint where I don't want to take up paint. Whoops. Ah. My middle name is not Grace. There we go. Well, maybe if we... There. Okay. See, and I don't like using the extra bond that you can get to paint this, because that makes it more plasticky, and I don't really care for that part. All right. I know, I'm like, you guys can't see shit. Oh well. All right. It's already starting to crackle a little bit right there. You can see it's more blotchy than crackly. But let's get that. It's kind of painful on the finger. I'm going to cover that up. I don't like that. Okay. All right. Let's see how that does. I'm gonna put that one over by the other green one. Okay. Let me give this one more stir before I put the lid on it. I don't know if I'll ever get the chunks out of here. Like I said, I wish I had a little like whisk thing. I don't know what I did with it. I can't find it. It probably fell behind something because that's how things work with me. It falls behind like a falls behind like a shelf or something because I set it on top of something because I was looking for something else and I set it down and then it falls behind it. Yeah, that's how things work around me. Okay. Let's see if this one mixed up any better. Maybe 1 out of 3, maybe? All right, let's try this. Where's my, I'll just use this one. I have a big towel that I usually use. This is just painter's plastic. Try and save my poor little table. This is my little 4-foot table. I got it at Aldi for like $15, so. And it's got adjustable legs, and it's just kind of nice. Okay, so stick that there. Oh, we got what we wanted. Look, there's a few clumps at the bottom, but I'm just gonna let them hang out there. This is what we wanted. When I'm done, I will stir them up and smush them in. But I think this one's going to turn out the best. Watch. 3rd time's the charm. I used to say that about marriages, but I can't say that anymore. Anyway. Alright. I put this on there just because it helps steady it. Okay. I already got paint on this one too. I like those donuts. Alright, so spray, quarter turn, spray, quarter turn, spray, quarter turn. Okay? Hang on 1 second, I need a sip of juice. Because all I taste right now is spray paint. Okay. Okay. Quarter turn. And I think this one we're just gonna go for it. Outside I thought, what if I use colored spray paint and then painted with milk paint? Brush. Spoon out of the way. Alright. This one's really watery. So we'll find out how this works with really watery paint. I think that's the trick. I don't know, we'll see. We'll see. Because we had the green, which was really thick. The artichoke was really thick. Like really, really thick. And then ocean was kind of mediocre thick. It was the thickness that I had used to paint like a project, like a piece of furniture or something. Then this is like, well, it's like blue juice. So we'll see what we get out of each one. Yeah, so it'll be kind of an experiment because I'm not gonna distress these because they're actually turning out pretty good. I might go back and blotch them. Goodness, Tish. Ah, got it here. This one isn't a new one. As you can tell, it's kind of rusted out. I only use the used like when I'm doing furniture, I'll use new ones. I'll wash them out, beat them out, and then use them fresh and new for furniture. But for craft projects like this, you might as well use them one more time at least. All right. Oh, see it? It's stuck to me. Blooming little hair. All right. Okay, so I mix these all up at the same time. I use the same ratios. And we have 3 different results. So we'll see if we have 3 different results in the crackling, which I'm thinking we're going to, because that green went on really thick. With these, I don't care if I get a few drips, because that just adds to the character of the bottle. I just don't want to miss any spots. That's kind of my thing. It does have a few little chunks in it, but not very many. A few bubbles. Alright. So, we'll leave that over there for a second. Turn this one more time. I'm going to take a clean towel, fold it up, give it a little bit of water. And do a quick wet distress. Oops, I'm going to fix that. Okay. But again. Okay. Let's get that. I accidentally swooped right there. I wiggled when I should have woggled. Okay. Let's turn this a little bit. Just giving it a little bit of a wet distress so it has a little bit of definition. Hopefully I didn't get paint in my glasses. That usually happens. Okay, so this is the front, so I want to see what this front looks like. And I'll show you here when I get it done. I'm just taking the towel and just kind of lightly getting the high points. I think I want to hit this top a little bit. This I'm going to cover up with ribbon or fabric or something. I haven't decided yet. All right. I'm kind of wipe off the bottom here. Okay, so that's what it looks like after the wet distress. You bring out that black a little bit. All right, so we're gonna let these dry overnight. I want to check that green one, see if I got any crackle at all yet on it. It's drying. I got the fan going so the air's moving in here, otherwise it's just stagnant. Let's see. There we go, we got a little bit of crackle, see? Can you see that crackle? My finger in the way? Yeah, see, that's going to look really cool. I actually like, I was kind of concerned there for a little bit. I'm like, oh my gosh, this looks like crap. But you got to have beast before you can have beauty. I might have to touch up a little bit on the back of that. Actually, I might leave that. It's okay. But yeah, see, there's the wet distress on that one too. Sorry, I'm holding it with 2 fingers, so it's kind of hard to get at the right angle so you can see. But I might go back in there and wet distress it a little bit more before I seal it. Because what I'm going to do is I'm going to let these dry overnight, and then in the morning I will, oh no, now my finger's stuck. There we go. Okay. So what I'm going to do is let them dry overnight, and then I'm going to take the clear coat, this spray paint, and spray paint them, so that way when we go to use the wax and the dark wax, if we don't like it, or we, like collectively me, myself, and I, if I don't like it, then I can lift a lot of it off without wrecking the paint. So that's a lesson that I learned a long time ago when working with waxes. Is, yeah, you can use it on your furniture to seal it, but that's, you know, you gotta do it once a year. And I like putting the clear coat on it, putting a seal coat on it, and then going back and hitting it with wax if I feel like I need to. Some of the furniture that I did 2 years ago when I first started this had started chipping, and I just was not happy with it, so I went back and reworked it. I never sold any of my first pieces, just because I didn't think they were good enough. Plus I wanted to see how well it would hold up to, especially me, who I'm a klutz, and I throw my keys wherever I throw my keys, and I spill stuff, and, you know, I'm about like a 3-year-old. So, except my juice is usually a little bit different. Not tonight, but, because, you know, clean and sober for lives. But I'm going to clean this up a little bit so I can reuse this tomorrow. I reuse the plastic as much as I can until it gets like shredded. Then I end up throwing it away. And even these, I'll like lay them out, because these are the nice heavy duty shop towels. I buy these when they're on sale at Menards. I can hear Jason giggling right now. But like some of these I'll reuse. I'll leave them. Here's the thing. I'll reuse them. Like, I'll put them in a pile, and that way if I spill something, I grab the pile and throw it on there. And then I got a second use out of them. Because that's not even 100% used. And I know I sound silly and really kind of dumb maybe, but they're expensive. And, you know, they're biodegradable. But I'd rather just try and get as much out of it as I can. So, and I do wash these little cloth guys. I wash them by hand first, not with stain though. Those get thrown away properly as needed. So anyway, so that's the Moody Blue. So we use Sweet Pickins Milk Paint in Moody Blue, Ocean, and Artichoke. I bought one of each color probably about a year ago, maybe a little bit longer, just in little sample packs. And I've done quite a few projects with them. This is what I use to tint my joint compound, and I will do a video for that because I love the way it looks, and I love the way it holds up, and I love just the texture of it. And hang on a second, I'll show you real quick. Now, I don't know if you can see that real well, but there is a lot of texture. This is a raised stencil done with joint compound and Sweet Pickins Milk Paint, and then the texture in here is done with a sand and joint compound tinted, and just, yeah, a bristle brush and a little bit of water, and yeah, it was a lot of fun to do these. But this is what we'll do. We'll do one of these raised texture panels. I really love how these turned out. I have to figure out how to frame them out though, because I don't have a router and I don't want to use a table saw in my apartment, because that would be really expensive if I were to break the sliding glass door. So, or put a hole in the wall. I could fix the hole in the wall, and the walls on the outsides are cement. So in any case, that's all I have for you tonight. I don't even know how long we've been going. Oh goodness, we've been going an hour. I'm sorry. But I wanted to do all three so we could see how the different colors mixed and everything, and just see how it went. Oh, I got paint on my ring. Hazard of the job. I'm a little ADD tonight, sorry. So that'll be wrap it up for tonight. And I'm gonna put these in the refrigerator. In fact, I just stacked all the bottles on the tray that I was gonna put in the refrigerator. Anyway, if you found value in this video, please hit the like button. If you like this video and like to see more, please subscribe and click that notifications button, bell, and that'll let you know when I go live again or when I upload new content. And intellectual inquiry for tonight. I forgot to do that the other night. I'm sorry. What's your favorite shade of blue? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for hanging out with me. Have a great day, night, evening, whatever time you're watching this. Peace, love, and happiness.